I see multiple people saying they didn't like the ending. They thought it was rushed. They thought Jonah was contradicting himself because he said he was going to do things leading by morale, then he does that at the end. A lot of people are not understanding the ending. I'm going to basically title this Amazing Ending. I'm basically going to title this video that Amazing Ending Ozark Season 4 Part 2 Finale. I'm holding my camera, my phone, so that's why you might see some movement. Not using portrait, I'm just going to record this live like this, not trying to set up things. A lot of people don't understand the ending to me. The whole point of it blacking out like that, the scene blacks out, is to give that ambiguity. I can't say the word correctly sometimes. It's tougher since English is my main language, but it leaves it ambiguous, is what I'm trying to say. You don't actually get the complete detailed image of who he quote unquote shot, which he didn't technically shoot anybody. You don't get to see it. So the ambiguity is intentional. The whole point about Mel talking about the goat jar, this evidence saying you don't get to be that family that does everything wrong and gets away with it. And then he talks about like the Kennedy family. You're not this type of family. You don't get to have a happy ending after everything you've gone through. The whole point about the ambiguous scene and blacking out as he shoots the rifle is a reference to Buddy. If you remember Buddy, he's the one who taught Jonah how to shoot, and with that type of technique. And it's a rifle, so it's not a shotgun, so it's not gonna blow Mel's whole body off. Okay, so when he's actually shooting and aiming, he shoots only one time. And the implication is about the evidence, him shooting, targeting the evidence, because the whole time he's actually talking about the evidence, Mel. And it's an intruder technically because they're in their own property, so it's self-defense. So Mel is actually broken in to try to steal the goat jar. That's why you see the broken glass as Wendy and Marty are in the living room and kitchen, the dining room, however you want to call it, where they're at. So at that point, when they see outside, they see Mel, right? So they see Mel, and he has the goat jar because he's been thinking about it the whole time. He says he thinks about the family, but the whole point of it is that's the evidence to finally get him to win the case, basically about they doing something with Ben's death overall. The situation being they caught the family being the ones who actually killed Ben. You know how it actually happened, especially in this season, as they show the actual video of it. But the whole point of it is that he has the evidence now, so that's he can utilize to say you're not gonna be one of these families that gets away with it, has a happy ending. So the whole implication is that when Jonah's gonna shoot, he's trying to target to destroy the evidence. It's not about him losing his morale just a couple hours after saying he's gonna lead by morale. No, in fact, it's a reference to season 1, episode 10, when Jonah tried to aim to defend his family, and Buddy stepped up afterwards because Jonah didn't have any bullets in the gun, but he actually aimed and tried to actually shoot the intruder. So this time the intruder is Mel, and it's a Buddy reference in the sense that now Jonah, after going through all of these seasons from season 1 to season 4, finally is up to par to defend his family in his own private property right there. So it's valid. It's not illegal, quote unquote, because somebody did intrude the house and broke the glass, aka Mel. So then he actually leads to shoot just one shot. So technically, when it blacks out, you don't see if somebody died. You don't even see the actual shot, unlike every single other death where you see the person die. So the implication isn't that he just shot him and killed him. The implication is for you to leave that ambiguity so you could detail it out how you want it to be, because every other death, including Rube's death, which was crazy at the end from Camilla, is shown. Every single death is shown, except this one because it blacks out. So if you know the implication was for the goat jar to be the evidence and being talked at the end, this is like the thing they can't escape from. Well, of course, that's what he's going to try to aim at. Jonah doesn't have a bad morale where he's going to aim towards Mel's head and try to shoot him and just try to destroy his head and rip it off. Of course, he's going to try to aim towards the evidence. And what does actually Mel do when he sees Jonah, which he was talking about literally before Jonah shows up with the gun? he raises his hands. He's like this. And if you see the way he's grabbing the jar, he's grabbing it like this, leaving some space in between. You see how you can see that in between space? He grabs it just like this. So that in between space, if you remember how Jonah figured out how to shoot targets and all that with Buddy, and of course, the animal situation and all that type of stuff, trying to learn how to shoot, you can understand when he's trying to close his eyes and aim, he's aiming towards the evidence, which would, in a way, avoid quote unquote hitting Mel. So that's the whole point, trying to destroy the evidence, and that's why it blacks out. To say, I understand the Buddy reference now. He learned shooting, he defended his family that way. Now let's put it this way. Let's put it like the way that everybody's like, I'm mad that now Jonah actually ends up killing somebody and all that. Don't you understand everything he went through? Like, you're over here mad because that's the ending, that he killed somebody. Everything he's gone through, you don't expect him to protect his family at that point. And let's just say he did shoot him. He didn't really shoot to aim to the head. He didn't shoot to aim to the chest. It's pretty freaking obvious it's talking about the evidence. So let's say he shoots the evidence, which is like this, leaving a space in between for the bullet to go through. Let's just say he hits Mel. So he hits him. What happens either way? It's one shot and it's around that area. It's not to the chest. It's not to the face. So if he's shooting there, it's not going to kill Mel. You can leave it as ambiguous like that it's not going to kill him. And you can just point out to the fact that the family can say that it's, once again, private property. So it's self-defense because an intruder, like in the first season, got into the house and broke the glass the same way when Buddy shot that guy, it broke the glass. So it's a reference. So again, this ending is not rushed. This ending is not something that it's terrible like some people are saying over there. No, this ending was amazing. So I'm going to title it that. An amazing ending, amazing series, Ozark. The reference towards the end is great because that's a way to finally highlight how everything goes back to the beginning, where Jonah was also trying to learn in season 1, episode 10, how to shoot to protect the family. And Buddy stepped up. So he's Buddy now for the family in that sense. And that's a great way to ending and a great reference and highlight towards the end of the series. This did not feel rushed. This felt exactly how it should. I don't know what you want to extend more. What else do you want Marty to do? He's done so much. What else do you want Ruth? Did you expect Ruth to just live her happy life out of nowhere, knowing she literally just shot Javi, and Camilla finds out because of Claire? You think Claire's not going to tell? If Claire is stuck in that situation, the Byrde family is stuck in the situation still. There's no such thing as a happy ending on the series, even though it's still happy in a sense. It's not a clear, definitive fairy tale ending because guess what? They didn't have a fairy tale life. This was a great series. I enjoyed it a lot. I think Jason Bateman did a fantastic job overall with his acting, with whatever he did with the directing. I think he did the full writing of this with some people helping also. I think Wendy, the actress for Wendy, did include a directing part because she showed it on Instagram. But I just want to say, great series, great show. I'm definitely hyped and energetic for the video because I think this is one of the best shows. This might be the best show I've seen recently in a long time. I put it up there with Breaking Bad and a lot of shows. Better Call Saul, which I'm gonna finish seeing when the finale finally comes. So great show, great show. Seriously, Jason Bateman, if you're watching this, great show. I wish I could tag you just so you could see that people appreciate the ending. I know this wasn't rushed because this was very detailed. This had references. But if you don't get to see it, I did leave a tweet on the account when he said, thanks for being always there to all the fans. So definitely appreciate it. And that's going to be it for this video. Peace. I hope you enjoyed the overall season finale. I had to say that because people are not understanding the recap and everything. For people that are doing it, saying why this is wrong, why this is what. No, there's nothing wrong. You just being dramatic. Stop it. You're being dramatic. But either way, listen, I'm just playing around because I know this is subjective. People can always have their opinions. Of course, people don't have to like it. The people can do some of this stuff. But majority of people did like it. So the way I'm saying it, I know there's a lot of people saying, wow, this was amazing as well. And I'm one of those persons. So definitely I appreciate this show. A shout out to Jason Bateman and everybody else. Great job. Ruth was an amazing character. A lot of great characters. I like the scene where they show all of Ruth's family just having a good vibe towards the end of the episode. It was great. It was very, very good just to see them singing and vibing. Just the way they try to portray that for her to have this happy ending in that type of way. Of course, unfortunately, she passes, but at that moment, it's great. Peace.